Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Until the time we are not self-confident within ourselves about what we have studied, about what our practices are, about what the goal the scriptures present to ourselves, and also we are not confident enough to interact with the experiences that are coming to us unasked. Till such a time a person keeps running from pillar to post, to one guru or the other guru, to one teacher or another teacher, from one organization to another organization, from one ashram to another ashram, wants to get initiated, wants to be guided. Why? The inner self-confidence is not there. Where all the questions arise from within our heart and mind, there alone the answers are. Raman Maharishi did not go to any teacher to get guidance as to who he is. And so also did so many masters. They did not go to anyone. One must invoke this self-confidence that at this given moment, what I am following, what I am practicing, what is getting revealed to me is the absolute correct sadhana that is especially designed for me by the Lord. Our problem is we want to hand over our load of responsibility to someone else. We want to, so that if something goes wrong, we can blame that person. There are only two ways. Either you take complete responsibility in life about everything, not only the outside life, but also the inner growth, or the other, completely surrender. But what do? In the outside life, we want to be in control, and in the inner life, we don't want to surrender. Or sometimes surrender. So the mind starts thinking outside, this person wants to maintain control over the world, but inside he wants to give up. Something is wrong here. If we practice something, it has to be inside and outside one and the same, without any doubt, without any guilt, without any expectation, without any anxiety. And from where do we get this maximum self-confidence from? This self-confidence does not come from outside, from anyone. The maximum that can happen from outside is motivation by the teacher, motivation by other people, motivation through initiation of a mantra, but the inspiration to walk the path, to inspiration to reach the goal, only comes from within. Nobody can instill inspiration in you. And it comes when our mind is continuously, incessantly, eagerly thinking of the Lord in our heart. Then alone it will happen. Because Lord is Satchidananda Swarup. Then inspiration is an expression of Ananda. Inspiration is self-born. Inspiration doesn't require someone else's words or cajoling. When a person is inspired, he does not depend on someone else or some other thing in order to pursue what he has set out to pursue in life. So as seekers, we must look inwards. Without expectation, without anxiety, without fear, without any guilt, at this Sadguru, at this Guru principle who is abiding in and through us, as the Atman, as the Lord. That alone is the source of inspiration. Don't shortchange yourself. By not listening to what is the Lord saying within your heart, what the Self is revealing within your heart. That is the best sadhana practice that one can do in their journey. That self-confidence alone allows a person to surrender also. Another word for self-confidence is Atman. Another word for inspiration is Atman. Because we are essentially what we are seeking. How much information can we gather around in this world in order to come back to ourselves? The journey is not about coming to the self. The journey is about dissolving the mind. Just like when the clouds blow away, the sun reveals himself. One does not create the sun. Exactly the same way. The purpose of all the sadhanas, practices, studies of scriptures, yoga, pranayama, etc., etc., is only one: to dissolve the mind. To dissolve the mind. as long as the mind is making an attempt to dissolve itself, it will be an impossibility. You're thinking and wanting to dissolve. You're doing something and dissolve. Very, very difficult. But when that same mental faculty fearlessly, with self-confidence, with inspiration, has come to know that I need to dissolve myself because therein lies my infinite bliss, which is my essential nature. No amount of doing or thinking or contemplating can take me there. But yet, meditating and contemplating must be done. But one ingredient we miss when we do this. It must be done with the attention on the self that we are. It must be done as an offering to the Lord in our heart. Then alone the mind will dissolve. Mind does not get dissolved through willpower. And yet willpower needs to be exercised in the initial stages. Self-effort is required. But what does self-effort mean? Self-effort means putting effort to contemplate on the self that I am. Self-effort doesn't mean building up your muscles of at the physical level and the mental level. Self-effort is putting the effort in a joyful, happy, mindset on the self that I am, on the Lord who is in our heart. And at this moment, whatever way it reveals to you from within that this is how you should remember, this is how you should contemplate, this is how you should do the sadhana, follow that. That is the best one, as long as your attention is on the Lord or the self.